money. We rich.
Nah, please. Every dime, every drop. That's what it
Happy
is.
Friday, YouTubers.
What's poppin', YouTube? What's poppin', man? Super Saiyan Santi here, OG _Frank. We're back at it again.
AKA Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan.
By the threesome.
Pause. Because of that threesome.
Oh, yeah. Pause.
I got to put a pause on it, bro.
Pause is like no means no, but no means yes.
No means no.
Mm-mm. No does mean no. But no means yes.
You got to fill out that no. Fill out that no, guys.
Yeah.
And understand you might still be taking the risk, so.
You ain't taking no risk unless she ugly.
On my end, I would say you might be taking the risk. So, yo.
What's up?
Man, well, we always start off with our laughs when we crack up about things because we just funny people.
Yeah.
But this situation is crazy. We talked about it last week, Nolan Wells, and that case is all over the place. It's all over the place. And I know it's like something that is like, I feel like should I talk about this? Normally I don't get involved in things like this, but of this nature, but you even said yourself, a lot of people don't know and they're not aware that this is going on.
They're trying to, like I noticed there are a lot of hangings that go on in different parts of the country that they don't really put out there.
Yeah, I've heard. Ever since this came out, I'm hearing
like, a lot about really? Because I think we're desensitized from watching all these crazy, shows and everything that people are unalive, and we see it, but we're not empathetic. Ooh, I had to pull that.
Flabidi.
I had to pull that word way back there on the dome.
We're not empathetic.
Where they don't have air conditioning. So yeah, we're not empathetic. So we don't really feel that it interacts with our feelings, because we only see it like one time and then we forget about it. But Nancy Grace is on it. And whenever Nancy Grace is on something, she own it.
I didn't know about Nancy Grace.
She like child support.
I'm going to play it.
Oh, she got you.
And Wells bombshell tonight. The dead teen's messages deleted after his body washes ashore. Caitlin, now allegations have reared their ugly head that his phone has been tampered with and items have been deleted. Explain.
They had his phone, and when his mother was looking for his phone when he was missing, there were two different ways to identify it, either a Snapchat location or a Life 360 location. They showed different locations, which is very possible because one updates automatically, the other only updates when you open the app. But when she finally tracked it down, she says there was nothing on it from that day.
Impossible that a young man in today's time, any youth in today's time, has nothing on it. You could tell that something happened and they were not. They're not smart. They're kids, and this is going to be outrageous when this ends. When this all comes to light.
This should be just as concerned in America as the OJ trial.
As the OJ trial, also that young boy that got killed, that got unalived in Chicago, with the Chicago Emmett Till. Like, it's almost like it's to that effect. Like,
yeah. They might not, because Emmett Till was so brutally.
It was a brutal beating, but we saw it.
Yeah.
This one is not being seen, but what a scary day that had to be.
For him. You know what? I didn't visualize it like that when we were talking. He was like, imagine how he felt that day going through that with people who he thought he was a part of their group and he was one of them.
Damn.
For them to just turn on him like that must have been crazy.
What a scary day.
I mean, wow.
Like the movie Get Out. That was a psycho.
Oh, that
thriller.
was a crazy movie.
A psycho thriller. So it wasn't like it wasn't like
yo.
like brutal and gory, but it was just the brain. It was like a psycho. It was a psycho thriller. He went through that with brutality. If that's what occurred, because this don't make no sense, man. And what a scary, scary day.
A horrible thing done and then they urinated on the body.
So I don't know if all that stuff is true, because how do we know about all of that? But I do know that they went to the coroner. I know that happened. They got the second autopsy. They made it a huge deal because Colin Kaepernick paid for it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Colin Kaepernick for utilizing his money the way he's still utilizing his money.
Power to the people.
Hey, all day, every day.
Power to the people.
Colin, hey, man, Colin, let me tell you, man. And I used to love the NFL. So I'm not going to go there.
You know what? I'm not to steer away from the topic, but I've been watching the NFL since 1973. Mm-hmm. I was a Dallas Cowboy fan until I saw Jerry Jones on the opposing the young men at the counter. Mm-hmm. I stopped watching after the Colin Kaepernick. I watched every game every week that I could because I was a Cowboy fan. Was a Cowboy fan, unless my older brother is watching, bruh. Just joking. But I had watched every week since 1973. And when the Colin Kaepernick, and they were like saying that about the players and didn't understand, I was like, I don't need to watch this anymore. So the only person I watch is Shedeur Sanders.
They got to show up more for the NFL. They need to show up more for, what they know what they need to do over there. And that just has to be done. And until that gets done, they're going to keep dealing with what they're dealing with. But not to go off topic, man, let me play.
A reward up for $50,000 for to an arrest and a conviction in the case somebody $1,000
Let's do that again.
for anybody
your boy out.
that could give the information that will lead to an arrest and a conviction in the case of what happened. He was not on that island by himself. Somebody saw something and knows something. So I didn't come to make money. I came to give money. Stand up and tell the truth. Whatever it is, good or bad, we're not going to prejudge it. But we cannot end it until we know all the facts. So all you got to do is reach out to Attorney Crump's office, and National Action Network could do that if it leads to an arrest and conviction. And I guarantee you'll have it before the sun goes down. I just got a text, Christine and Elmer, you know that Tyler Perry said he would pay for the funeral. He must be watching because he said, I'm going to match you and put up $50,000 more. So we putting up $100,000 for anybody that'll come forward. We just want the truth, that's all. We just want the truth.
So $100,000
Okay.
up for whoever gives any information that leads to some type of arrest.
Okay, so my issue is with the little things, not the big things.
What's the issue with the little
First
thing?
of all, I in a couple of years can give $50,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, come on. If you really feel that deep about it, go ahead and give $1 million, and then somebody gonna for $1 million.
So you think they didn't give enough money?
Oh, come on, man. That's like me and you giving $2 to the homeless guy on the corner.
Yeah,
and
you feel that way.
Like, yeah.
I felt like 100,000 is not a bad number.
That's no money. If you really want to,
that's why I love talking to other people, because you get other people's opinions on things. I feel like $100,000 in Mississippi. That's a little bit of a come up, but those people are affluent.
But you got to realize all the people, their family had money.
They're affluent.
For 100,000,
OG, okay, OG.
So what I'm saying is, why not $1 million? Because that's going to make them say,
Would you say 250,000?
No, $1 million. Million. Tyler Perry's a billionaire, right?
I think he's close.
That's a tax write-off.
I mean, man,
that's a tax write-off. So why not $1 million if you're serious about it? You know what it is? I'm too free with the money that I have. Mm-hmm. That is left over from bills and payments and whatever. I'm too free because sometimes if I'm driving and the homeless guys at the stoplight, I put money in my console for the homeless guy at the stoplight.
I have money in my wallet and in my car for homeless people. I do. I put money aside because I'd rather give it directly to someone than to give it to a charity, because I feel like I don't know what happens with that money. Whereas the money that I have in my hand, I know that went directly to that person.
Okay, so I'm going to play devil's advocate because I'm going to be honest with you. I be trying, like everybody else, to ignore the homeless person, right?
Okay.
Because I'm like, because I'm thinking like he could get a job and, blah, 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 blah. But regardless of what I'm thinking about, I don't know what that person has gone through, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking to myself, I'm trying to ignore him like everybody else. And it's just being honest.
I mean, everybody.
I'm thinking I'm trying to ignore him. I'm at the light, right?
Yeah.
And they go, man, I love your car. I'm like, oh, man.
You got to give it to him.
I got to give it. Hey, man, thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
He knew how to push the button.
Yeah, but and then I start telling myself, like, if I'm getting ready to go out, say it's a Friday or day I like to go out, like any day that ends in Y, and I'm trying to go out, and I know I'm going to spend a nice piece of change to go out and have fun, right? Mm-hmm. Well, this guy's just asking for like, you got $1 or whatever, right? So I feel like if I have an excess of money, why not just get a brother a couple? I don't care if you're going to get some beer. What are you going to do with the money? I don't care. Why not just go ahead and give? If you have some extra money to give, and I know we all got it hard because I'm not wealthy.
Yeah.
I have to manage what I have.
Yeah.
But if you know you have an excess, why not just give? What's going to hurt you to just give a little bit every now and then?
Like I said, I keep a little bit of spare change in my wallet for these situations. I try not, sometimes I don't look that way when and how I prejudge. I don't say like, oh, you should go get a job. I try not to do that, but I understand, because I was a social worker at one point in my life. Mm-hmm. I understand what it looked like when somebody truthfully is homeless. I've seen homelessness. I know the characteristics. I've seen it. And I even know when somebody's in certain stages of homelessness, even meaning they're not homeless, truly homeless, but they had a bad situation.
Yeah, they're not homeless. They're coming
out. Yeah, they're not homeless. They're coming out of a bad situation. So after I put that into because I understand it, I've seen it, then I give. But if the dude is, I could tell the dude is, the hair is matted. You know what I'm saying? That's not a trick. Yeah, okay. He's not tricking you. His hair is matted. He might have a toe coming out of his shoe. I'm going to give that guy a larger lump sum of money, because I know that little bit of change could just, for that day,
help him a little bit.
Or her.
I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Advocate. Devilishly.
And I feel bad on this, but I got to be honest. And I know.
If you're not honest, I'm not talking to the guy I talk to.
I know I'm erring on the side of, you're wrong, right?
No.
If they got Jordans on and their shit is cleaner than mine.
No, you can't get nothing if you wear Jordans.
I'm sorry. If your shoes look better than mine, I feel like I don't have to.
But, okay. We're on this topic and we got to get back to Nolan because it's crazy. But for young men right now, I noticed in our community, a lot of young men coming out of youth into adulthood are homeless. Mm. They are a big amount, man. We don't talk about it enough.
Really? Yeah,
we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that enough in society. How many young brown brothers and sisters at times coming out of the youth, passing 18, going into adulthood, don't have a place to live because either their mother and father kicked them out, they're coming out of foster care, they're coming out of the system, or they're just, their family situation, there are too many mouths to feed and they got to leave. So I may give that kid with the Jordans because he might be going, I could tell. Sometimes I do give that kid with the Jordans.
I know I'm biased about the Jordans because I bought Jordans when they were $99, like that was 30 years ago.
That's a long time ago. That was a big deal too back then.
$100. Yeah, that was like
$100, a whole $100. A hundo.
Look, the first shoe, the most expensive shoe, I mean, they had more expensive shoes, but the ones that were popular were New Balance.
Okay. For me, it was Patrick Ewing's because I lived in New York.
New Balance was like $44, $50, When Jordan came out with his shoe, and when Jordan came out, you got to realize that from Carolina played Georgetown in the championship. Mm-hmm. No one really knew who Michael Jordan was. It was James Worthy was the guy, right?
Mm-hmm. I recall.
So nobody knew who Michael Jordan was, really.
Yep.
But when they won the championship and Michael stole the ball at the end and went down and did the rock the cradle dunk, I'm going to have to try that this weekend.
All right.
Did the rock the cradle dunk, right? No one had ever seen that, but Dr. J did. He invented that.
Dr. J did a lot of crazy dunks. Yeah, Dr. J was a man.
So when Michael did that, it was like all the young guys were like, oh, like all over the world, right? So then right after that, he got drafted to the Chicago Bulls, and he did commercials with Spike Lee. And Spike Lee's beginning, he started off She's Gotta Have It.
Spike Lee's production of Michael Jordan's commercials were what made Jordan.
Yeah.
Gotta be the shoes.
And the shoes came out, and they were $99.
But how did Spike Lee start the commercial? He said, gotta be the shoes.
Gotta be the shoes, yeah.
That's
what they would promote. Yeah, that's what they.
And Spike Lee, he was perfect. It was perfect. It was hood. It was ethnic. It was a little bit of new. It was a new flavor.
And then Space Jam came out. Do you know what Space Jam was all about?
What was Space Jam about?
Remember I told you?
Tell me again.
Okay, so Space Jam.
Let me go back to Nolan Wells because you're getting completely off topic here.
Okay, can I get like 30 seconds?
30 seconds of Space Jam.
Space Jam wasn't about the team owners inviting the players to a game because the team owners were little men, right? The players, they made their characters into characters.
It's a big giant.
It's the big giants. But the owners were corporate giants. That's when they played the game. They took all the power, the media, the voice from the players, and the owners became corporate monsters that were playing the players, right? Okay,
we're off topic here, but because you're pulling me into this, I got to say this, man. We got to start understanding there is a business in everything.
Okay, I can make it quick. So the owners were corporate monsters that took the power away from the players because they controlled the media. So the players had to get somebody bigger than life to help them with the collective bargaining agreement because this wasn't.
But not was he only bigger than life. He was also one of the best players of the time,
which made him bigger than life.
But he put the effort in.
Yeah, but I'm not saying he didn't put the work in, but he was like Bugs Bunny.
He was better. He was bigger than Bugs Bunny.
No. Bugs Bunny.
At that time,
no matter what happened, nothing bad ever happened to Bugs Bunny, right?
But I feel like
Bugs Bunny was in Space Jam.
I understand, but I still feel to this day now I can say Michael Jordan is bigger than Bugs Bunny.
Okay, now he is.
But even then, I thought Michael Jordan was bigger.
But Bugs Bunny was first.
But Bugs Bunny was on his way out. That's why he had to team up with Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Okay. So getting all that, when they got Michael Jordan, who was bigger than life. I remember there was a Chinese interviewer telling him, "Do you know you're like God, a God to the people that are watching you all over?"
If he put in the human work possible to be better than almost every other human being on this earth,
you know what?
At that scale, I won't call him a God, but I would respect that work.
We'll get up. But that was what Space Jam was all about. Michael tipped the game between the
union
players and the corporate monsters. and help them. So that's why the players now
before we even go back to that, I just got to say this. Yeah. There's a business in everything.
There is business.
And there's a sport in business.
There is a sport in business.
The sport in business, man, and business is business. And we got to know we can't be afraid of business. They want you to be afraid of business. Don't be afraid of business. Enjoy the sport and business.
Just want to give a shout out to the Brazilian women's beach volleyball team. Keep doing what you're doing.
So let's keep rolling with this, man.
With Nolan,
man.
But yeah, and
we actually spoke with local authorities, which would be the sheriff's department.
NAACP.
Was I think a day or two after his body was found. That was only initiated by me. I sent him a text message. I was like, hey, this is Christine, Nolan's mom. I just want to see if there are any updates. Basically, he called back. There were no updates. He's like, we're still interviewing. And again, my concern, and also my husband's concern, was it was not even an hour that his body had been removed. And the sheriff came out and said, this is, accidental drowning. We don't think there's foul play. Again, that is why we're doing what we're doing and why we're moving the way we are. Because I sat there and asked them, please take this case as if this is your child, yes, your family member, your whatever. And they promised that they would, but when you make statements like that straight out the gate, that's an issue. We did meet with the DA. She did promise, transparency and all of this, all of that. However, damage has already been done, because now that's the narrative that's being pushed by the general public, who again know nothing really, only what they're hearing from other people. So in addition to that, it's all these things coming up. And at the end of the day, like I said before, any parent that would be in this situation, you would do anything to find out what happened to your child. And that is what we're here to do.
Too much opportunity, too much questions to be asked. Then you're going to find out that when they got the body for the autopsy was missing. Like he was. Oh, so let me pull it up. Actually, I can share this screen. Let me share my screen. I can read it to you. Hold on, I'm saying. Hold on 1 second, my brother. I had it on my IG. Let's share that. It says. Critical evidence removed by Mississippi medical examiner is what some people are saying. They're saying that this is allegedly Nolan Wells was found fully clothed, face down, with trauma to the back of his head. Wow. And the people who were put in charge of investigating what happened to him are now suspects in one of the greatest cover-ups in modern history.
Yep.
Why was his neck and crucial body parts missing after the first autopsy? Because they know he didn't jump in the water and take his own life, is what this reads here. We should all be angry, blah. Of course, we all should be angry. I'm not going to take away from that. But so they were missing some crucial body parts, man.
For the autopsy. Well, he allegedly the people who went factually the people that went, one of the mothers was a judge.
Well, that's the big thing, is the mother was a judge, and she was supposed. And then there's another thing that occurred. People said that he may have went to a party after being at the island, and then from the party, that's where he may have been unalived and then dropped back off in the water. It's a lot of stories going on. Who knows what is right or what's going on, what's wrong, but too much opportunity, too many questions to be asked. And then the vital organs, the throat, I think, was missing. I think the lungs were missing.
So they couldn't tell whether he drowned by trauma.
Why would you send the body without the body parts?
Well, somebody would have to have influenced them to not send the parts that the autopsy would show up inconclusive with the language. Otherwise, why would you take those parts? That's crazy.
Damn.
You're going to take out his throat and his lungs so they can't tell if he drowned or if he was dead before he drowned?
What is wrong with people? If this were your child, wouldn't you want to know what happened? He goes out with friends. They all come back. He's dead. I don't understand the hate directed toward Nolan's family and to everyone looking for answers. At this hour, I don't think anyone is guilty, but I do know that there is a conflict in the stories, and we are not stopping until we know what happened to Nolan Wells. So you can send all the hate and vitriol you want. Have at it.
You know what?
Yeah.
I know of Nancy Grace. I watch her. I don't think I was really a fan of her because I've had disagreements with things she say, and you're not going to agree with 100% of everything. But right now, I'm a fan.
Right now, she made you a fan.
Yeah, because you the type that's like, oh man, he gonna find out. So yeah, so I'm a fan.
Yeah.
So until something that just breaks that morally with me and her total, I'm a fan. I'm gonna subscribe to. I'm putting it in my phone
subscribe right now.
Nancy
yeah,
Grace.
man. I didn't know who she was. I never heard of her, and then now I've seen her, and everybody's like, "Yo, she's on the case. It's a wrap."
Yeah,
that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that fact that she's on the case. It's a wrap. Like she gets her man.
And I know those people
that know something now
are pissed.
They're nervous.
Like, oh man!
Oh, you think they did that? They're like, oh.
I know once they know, like Nancy. Okay, because we can stop the autopsy in Mississippi.
You can do a lot of Mississippi, right? Probably.
They don't really care about the people that much.
Mississippi, come on.
But when somebody had to actually pay to have it go to D.C.
And my cricket letter, bro.
I'm at Nancy Grace right now. Subscribe.
You subscribe to a TikTok or which one? YouTube? What you do?
YouTube. I don't know how she look when she stand up out that chair, but her eyes are determined to get the job done.
I think she's gonna get it Lizzie locked.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
I think she's gonna get it locked, bro. I think she's gonna get it locked.
Yep. And all when I typed her in YouTube,
yeah.
All of everything about her is about
Nolan Wells. Oh, she's all in.
I suspect foul play.
She's all in.
Deep tissue discoloration back. They hit him in the back of the head.
Yeah.
So they just walked on the brother and hit him in the back of the head and just beat him after they knocked him out. Beat him to death.
They did him dirty.
They did him dirty.
They snuck him. They snuck him.
They snuck him.
They couldn't even
get face to face.
He's too big to be just running up on. They snuck him.
That is Jack.
They probably snuck him. More than that was a big, young, strong, strappy young.
Sorry, I'm a Christian. That's fucked up.
It is.
That you would just hit him in the back of the head, knock him out. You couldn't even face him.
But they're gonna pay the price,
and
man.
Then beat him to death. I think everybody at that party needs to be indicted. Everybody that was involved needs to be indicted because everyone that saw it, everyone that was there is an accessory to death of that young man.
Once again, I'm just going to say, what a scary day in life that had to be for a young man. I pray that no one's child has to ever deal with something like that, man. And I am not all into that religious stuff, but that's a prayer I'll send out because that is crazy that this young man went there with his friends, who he thought were probably his boys, and now he's not here. He's not in front of his mama. He's not in front of his dad. That dad looks so heartbroken. I mean, when you're a father, man, and you got your son, don't get me wrong, nothing against having a daughter. I can only imagine love just like love. But that's your young dude. You want him to grow up to be a man. That guy's not here. That's tough. Tough. I'm not a fan. I'm not happy about that at all.
I got one word, and the word is example.
Example.
And if the justice system ever wanted to make a more blatant example of this type of brutal murder,
I'm gonna clap for you on that one.
Then you will make an example of everybody that was at that party.
An example.
Everybody that was involved to let America know that if you do not speak up and you see a brutal murder like this, you will be charged as an accessory to that murder. And that's when justice will prevail.
An example.
Yeah, an example. Example is the word.
I'm going to say I 150,000% agree.
That's when
an example has
should
to
be
made.
made.
Example needs to be made. For this to be checked and America keep beyond this tone and get above this tone, an example needs to be made right here.
Yeah, the Mother Justice needs to prevail by letting them know that this is not acceptable. And if you do not let them know, you are saying it is acceptable to a certain culture of people.
Or about 13 minutes ago, this girl uploaded an image and she at Ben Crump. The image is very telling because someone snapped a picture seemingly on Horn Island where you see basically someone in motion, like in a fighting motion. And then off in the cut, you see another thug. And that thug looks exactly like the one. They look alike. If you look at the pool picture and you look at the one that's standing in the back with the gray shirt on and the white hat, I think that's what he has on. That looks like the same guy that's in the pool being hugged by that monstrous man. And then if you look further down, it looks like that's Nolan. And basically this young lady is sharing an image that they beat him up.
So that supposedly was the most recent thing that's been said, that been put out. So now people are coming forward. Things are coming forward at least. Now pictures are coming forward because probably they're feeling.
They got some big older guy to beat him up. Some big old man.
So there's a picture where he's in the pool and there's this big grown man with something shaved into his chest in the pool with young boys. I'm understanding this happens a lot in these kind of environments where there's these grown men and grown women partying with these young kids.
Let me tell you this. That's why when I told you I had my racial experiences across the country.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah, you told us all last week.
I knew that something was wrong other than my paranoia. When every night I would be dreaming of. Did you see the movie Warriors?
Yeah. I did see that movie. That's a good movie.
I was dreaming. That was me. I was Warriors. Like people were chasing me.
I could talk about Warriors. That's a good one.
You like Warriors?
It was good. It was good and it was bad. We should have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay, we can.
It's coming out.
It's coming out. I just prayers out to the family.
Prayer to the mom. Prayer to the dad.
Any family, regardless of their culture, that has to go through something like this because this.
Well, you don't know the truth of what happened to your child.
Yeah. And then once the truth starts coming out, it gets crazier and crazier.
All you could do as a parent, and I put myself into their shoes, is go, man, my baby went through that.
Yeah.
And
to see the monster, the girl didn't even see that he was a thug, some big old grown man.
And I love she called him a thug.
Yeah.
He's a thug, bro.
Wow.
They're thugs. That's thugs. If they did that,
crazy.
they some thugs, yo.
Everybody needs it. And they're going to get that thug. They're going to expose him. They're going to find out his name, who he was, who he is.
Peace out, everybody, man.
Peace out.
Make sure you're talking to somebody about this story. Make sure you let everybody know. An example needs to be
rolling. Keep it rolling.
People don't need to be walking around out here not knowing this is going on. An example needs to be made.
Yeah.
OG, I agree with you. An example needs to be
right.
Made. Y'all be safe out there. Be safe.
Be safe. Be safe.
Watch yourself. Take care of yourself.
Hell yeah.
Mind where you at.